Hi, I'm Don Cooper. I'm the CEO and founder of Innovator Industrial Services, and in this video series we're going to have some fun. We have written articles in the past on the history of isolation and test plugs and on the advancements in that technology. So rather than writing about it, we thought we would go out into the marketplace and rent all of the plugs that our customers and our audience has available and compare them all in a controlled situation to see how they perform. So we're going to be measuring how long it takes to set these plugs up, how fast it is for them to be able to accomplish a hydro test on the desired pressure, and see if they actually perform as they're supposed to. In the 6-inch standard 500 psi test, we are testing a publicly available O-ring style tool that we rented from a company called Carber Testing. The second tool that we are going to be testing at 6-inch schedule standard is the high lift tool that is publicly available to rent from many sources, and the manufacturer is Expansion Seal Curtiss-Wright. The third tool is a O-ring style tool that is unique to Innovator. It's a multi-schedule tool. We call it the Innovator MR plug. The final tool that we are going to test on the 6-inch schedule standard 500 psi test is the Innovator dual tool, which is a multi-schedule tool that has hydrostatically inflatable seals, and it can act as both an isolation and a test tool. So now we're on to seeing some results. On the 6-inch schedule standard 300-pound test, we're first looking at the Carber O-ring style tool. This is a 500-pound designed maximum test pressure. After just over 12 minutes and 4 attempts, the Carber plug was not able to hold pressure, and the reason was that the rental tool came with a faulty test hose, so that we weren't able to get it to hold any pressure at all. And after 15 minutes, and when discovering that the tool had a faulty hose, that tool and that test was canceled and deemed a failure. You as a client, if you rent the tool and it's multiple miles away from the rental location, you can't have faulty equipment that won't hold pressure. We don't know if that tool would hold 500 psi if it had come ready to use, but unfortunately in this situation that particular tool was not functional and we could not perform an adequate test to allow it to prove itself. So the next tool on our 6-inch schedule standard testing is the Expansion Seal high lift tool. So for the high lift tool, it took us just over 14 minutes to set the tool up. Another additional 15 plus minutes to get it up to pressure, and just over 32 minutes after we put the tool into use, we had reached the 500-pound test pressure. So this tool was successful as a rental tool to be able to perform the desired test pressure of 500 psi. So high lift tool was a success at 32 minutes. The third test in our series is the Innovator MR plug, or the O-ring style tool that's designed to be multi-range. The tool took us just over 6 minutes to do the setup, and another 4 minutes to reach the 500-pound desired hydro test pressure, and the total test was up to pressure and holding at just over 10 minutes in time. So the Innovator MR tool was a success and significantly faster than some of its rivals. The final test in our 6-inch schedule standard testing at 500 psi is the Innovator dual tool. The dual tool is a different concept because the seals on a dual tool are inflatable with hydrostatic fluid. We actually inflate them with water or a test medium from the same pressure pump, and the seals inflate like a radial tire. The tool took just over 11 minutes and 15 seconds in fact, to be set up and to reach test pressure, so it was slightly slower than the Innovator MR plug, but it was still a success, significantly faster than its rivals, and it easily reached the 500 psi test pressure and was deemed a success in this application.
When I think about the testing we've done here, it's very insightful to see how different tools perform, how they accomplish those tests with ease or lack thereof. Do they actually reach the desired test pressures? At the end of the day, customers want the plug to get a seal, get up to pressure, so they can get on with confirming that the weld being tested is good. It should never be about the plug. It should be about the test.